Honey.
Masaka! Luffy! Hancock!
Hey my dear pirates, you are on channel Straw Hat's One Piece Theories, and in today's video we're going to talk about some hot moments between One Piece characters, mainly between Luffy and the women in One Piece, like Nami and Boa Hancock. Yes, people, Oda has already spoken about this type of subject and how he approaches these actions of the characters within One Piece. Will we have more heated relationships between Luffy and a woman in One Piece? After all, if Oda always said he didn't want to develop couples in his work, why is it then that he makes such a point of emphasizing in several moments that some characters, like Luffy and Hancock, are flirting with each other? Do you think Oda can bring something related to more heated relationships between the characters within the One Piece manga and anime? Well, we're going to analyze all this in today's video. So if you want to be a pirate king like me and achieve eternal glory, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your devil fruit. And if you're new here, my dear sailor, already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you don't miss any new video, okay? Then join this crew that will dominate the entire Grand Line and the New World. Now without further ado, let's get to this epic video. And well, my dear pirate, while there are several possible couples in One Piece, the reality is that Oda has no desire to make them come to fruition. Well, that's what Oda always responds when asked about it. I have my doubts about whether this is our dear author's true will, but if Oda says we won't see any couples, then there won't be any couples in One Piece. However, what about other things? And deeper relationships, you know what I mean, right? Will we not have that in One Piece? You must be thinking that this question of mine makes no sense because One Piece is not a hentai anime or an anime for adults, but I disagree a little about that. Yes, One Piece is not a manga and anime for adults, but that never stopped Oda from doing the most diverse types of fan services in relation to obscene acts between his characters. Of course, all of this can be seen as a type of humor. After all, one of his greatest sources of inspiration, which is the also renowned mangaka Akira Toriyama, author of Dragon Ball, also had this more malicious type of humor, mainly in the beginning of Dragon Ball. But Oda never stopped with that. In fact, he already said it in an interview when he was questioned about his fanaticism in drawing his characters in such an absurdly sensual way that he actually knew that his work was mostly consumed by men. I make them that way because I know my fans very well and I know what they want to see, laughs. That was Oda's response to a question about the sensual and ample bodies that his female characters have and why this has been increasing more and more over time. In other words, my dear pirate, Oda knows very well what he's doing. He knows we like so much fan service, so much so that in other interviews he answered another controversy that was related to Luffy's feelings towards Nami and Boa Hancock. In 2 moments Luffy saw Nami completely without clothes, one with Vivi and another time inside the boat of the gang. Both times Luffy had a reaction of someone who really liked what he saw, if you know what I mean. As for Boa Hancock, Luffy never showed any kind of perverted reaction. Why is that? Does Luffy really feel something for Nami? Could it be that Luffy has no interest in Boa Hancock? Well, in SBS Volume 54, the mangaka would then have answered this mystery. Open quotes. Wow, I have a lot of questions about this. Is that what you pay attention to? Don't just read manga all day, go study some more. Okay? Well, I say that, but I'm just drawing manga. I realized this when we were drawing, but if Luffy got a nosebleed upon seeing Hancock's body, I think you all would have said, this is not the Luffy we know. I believe Luffy reacted to Nami's naked body twice, in volumes 18 and 23, and both times, Usopp was with him. He's the suspect. In other words, when Luffy is alone, his reaction is the same as Hancock's. He's interested, but he's not bewitched by her. But when he's with Usopp, who's the same age, he's like a kid on a school trip. His bad side comes out. Yes, both sides of Luffy seem fair to me, so the culprit is definitely Usopp. Close quotes. Did you notice? Luffy is interested in Hancock as well as attracted to Nami, but according to Oda, when Luffy and Usopp are together they both act more like 2 young men in their prime with their hormones in full swing when they see a pretty girl. That is, there is indeed a love tension between the characters in One Piece, and thinking seriously about this subject, this was already to be imagined. Let's be rational. Imagine you, Whether male or female, you've been on a boat for days, months, years with the strongest, leanest guys and the sexiest, most beautiful women in the world, all being of legal age. Do you really think that nothing more explicit would not happen? Be honest in the comments. Do you want to know something that can confirm our hypothesis? Well, in another interview, Oda said that he likes to see fanfics and fan arts in which his characters are eroticized. He really thinks it's incredible that people think that way when they see his characters. After all, they are all very beautiful and sensual. So it's not crazy to imagine that at least in a mention, or in a small frame, we see something more subtle between the characters. In fact, I would really like to see the first time Luffy would have his nose bleeding when he saw Boa Hancock once again, the way Luffy saw it but didn't express any emotion. And you? But now I want to know your opinion about everything we commented here today. Do you think that there really is a loving atmosphere between the characters in One Piece? Will Luffy get his nose bleeding for the first time upon seeing all of Boa Hancock's beauty? But of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button, that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel, so help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone, and until the next video.